Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to America's most beloved Firehouse Morning Show. A cup of Joe and some Fuego.
Oh my God!
And oh my God is right. Welcome back to A Cup of Joe and Fuego. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the interactive show between you guys and us that shares all the news and views of the fire industry just for you guys because it's sent in by you guys. And if you want to send in all your stuff, if you want to show some company pride, KUBESPODCAST@gmail.com, and also hit the like, subscribe, and share. When you start sharing this thing for crying out loud, let's get some traction once and for all. This show, of course, is brought to you by our app, our one and only SaltyWire. We joined forces with the FireWire guys to produce SaltyWire. You get the FireWire app and you get all new content from Lou and I, mostly historical stuff. If you're into the history of the fire department, you'll want to see this stuff. I'm looking for the commercial now, but I can't find a commercial to the fire. Here it is. Here's the commercial for the FireWire. For the SaltyWire, actually. Check it out.
The FireWire app is the go-to resource for all news and incidents in the fire and emergency services. The mobile app is here and available for download. This long-awaited update addresses a handful of concerns in regard to intermittent crashes, jurisdiction areas, map settings, notifications, and more. This iteration displays our newly designed user interface with the focus on expansion, as we want to cover your neighborhood, city, and county. Our goal is to provide our users with the most accurate and on-time information regarding emergency incidents, news, and knowledge on all things fire and emergency services. Our newest addition, in partnership with the Gettin Salty experience, brings you SaltyWire, where you can view never-before-seen premium content from Lou and Kubes and exclusive segments in various categories. Subscribe today on saltydogapparel.com.
And we just filmed the show, actually, with Paul Hershey, Frederick Wiedemeyer. Bro, these guys are today's heroes, superheroes, man. If you hear the stories of these guys, of their bravery and stuff that they did, it sounds like you made it up. It sounds like fiction, but it's real. So we just filmed another one. It's amazing history. Paul is an amazing historian. He drops all these nuggets from the 1860s, how we transitioned from the horse and the horse pulled the engines to the motorized, and it's just so much information. Get over there, the SaltyWire. You also get the app. The app has been updated now, so you can find a fire anywhere in your neighborhood that's going on, any kind of extrication, any kind of emergency, anything with first responders. You go to the app, and it'll have who's responding, where it's at, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's $9.95 a month. It's nothing. Get over there and check it out. All right, let's get right into the show here because we got a lot of stuff to get into. Louis and I were down in Harrisburg. Thanks for stopping by the booth. We met so many good guys, had so much fun. In fact, we got a couple of pictures here from them. Anyway, here you go. This is the first one. I'm going to put myself down the bottom here, if I can do that. Yep. Okay, here we go. It says, nope, this is not the wrong one. I did it again. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is Kubes. Here's a picture of my son that just got qualified to ride the truck as an exterior firefighter. He joined the company at 14. 16th birthday, he caught his first small job. A couple of days later, on his first call, he rode the truck for Chucky Fox. We went out to dinner with Chuck Fox and his brother. We won't mention his name, Gay Fox. We went out to dinner with those guys. They came to see us, and it was great. He's got 7 kids, and his boy is that's his boy showing the arrow there, showing caught his first job. Here he is, all grown up, big boy. Check him out. Young buck, loves to fight fire. Here he is, a little guy. There it is, all the way up from Pendle Fire as a little guy, all the way up. Now he's riding and putting out fires. That comes in from Chuck Fox, brother of Gabe Fox, who's always in the chat. Okay, we also got to see a couple of good tats down. I tell you, sending the tats all the time, bro. This one, I believe, I could have these backwards. I am not totally sure now. I don't know who is who. Oh, no, this one here, I believe, is Matt no, this is Tim Law from New Bloomfield Station 8. That's a pretty cool tat. And I think I could have these backwards, guys. I'm sorry. I think this one is Matt Brown, Darby Fire, Delaware County, or I could have them backwards. This may be Matt Brown from Darby Fire, Delaware County, or it could be Tim Law from New Bloomfield Station 8. I am not totally sure, but either way, great pieces of artwork. I love it, bro. That's how much guys love the job. They're willing to put it on their body. Yep. Yep, I don't know what this is right here. I got this one. This one's from my first Kubes. Here's a couple of small jobs in Smyrna, Delaware on 519. A room and contents job with minor extension, 1 cat rescue and resuscitated from Chuck Mankin. Dude, awesome stuff. Yep, Dearborn. I think that's what he said. No, where is Dearborn? I'm getting all messed up here, man. Yep. Anywho, yep. That's from Chuck Mankin. We met him down there. He's another guy who sends in stuff all the time. Great stuff. Doing it. Yep. I think there they are resuscitating the cat. Bro, it doesn't matter. Pets, people, we bring them back all. That's what we do. We save lives. We save all sorts of lives. All the time, all over the place. We do it. All right, Kubes, here's a... no. Let's go to this one here. I love this story. This one comes in from my boy. I had him and his son on last week, and now I have my boy. It says, thanks for the tie at the show this weekend. Really stoked the items I got from you. Excited to burn the rest of something. Here's something different, Kubes. This comes in from Bill Belinsky. We had him and his son on last week who were at a job together. Here's something different, Kubes. These two young women recently celebrated graduating from the University of Scranton, and the volunteer firefighters of Eagle something. It's cut off. I don't know why I got this cut off. Pictures here is the blonde is Jessica Slocum, doctor of physical therapy, daughter of chief engineer James Slocum, and dating department something. And the other brunette is Bella Oakley, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and we work in the emergency department at Geisner Community. Jason Oakley and brother firefighter Xander Oakley. Not only did they graduate college, they also obtained Firefighter 1 certification this year, too. Congratulations, lady. Dude, I absolutely love this. It's just not all about the men. It's these two ladies not only coming out as a PA, but also a nurse, still helping people in the community. Beautiful ladies, schmott, wicked schmott. And now firefighters, and they had their degrees. Thank you, Bill Belinsky, for sending in that. Great stuff. All right, let's go to the segment that everybody loves. Seems to be everybody loves. This is what happened on this date. What famous fires? And this one was a big one, man. Back in 1917, I believe it says here. It says it was a clear, warm, and sunny day with a brisk breeze from the south. This was not the only fire that day, but the fourth call in the span of an hour. A small fire at the Candler warehouse at 11:39 a.m. and at 11:43, a fire 7 blocks north destroyed 3 houses, and at 12:15 south of the Georgia Railroad from the big fire, 10 homes were destroyed before being extinguished. And these guys are doing some work. Talk about warriors. We're talking 1917 here, May 21st. At 12:46, a call came in for a small warehouse just north of Decatur Street between 4th and Hilliard, approximately, we don't need to know the longitude. And the crew sent in to inspect found it a stack of burning mattresses, but had no firefighters' equipment with them. How does that work? I don't know. If the fire department had not been spread across so many different parts of the city already, the fire would have been put out there. By the time the reinforcements arrived, it was quickly leaping north. There it is, Murphy showing up again. They have a couple of jobs to spread thin. The fire was in the 4th Ward. The fire spread quickly to Edgewood Avenue. And from there throughout the main residential areas of Sweet Auburn, sparing little. The area between Decatur and the Edgewood was crammed with shanties and lean-tos, which provided fuel for the fire to grow very strong and move fast through the area. And this was a big one. They lost a lot of people, and they lost a lot of homes, man. A corridor was burned due north between Jackson, now Parkway, and Charles Allen Boulevard, with a few prominent bulges at Highland and just south of Ponce de Leon Avenue. At Houston Street, the fire was still being stopped on the east side by Boulevard. Well, thank God they had the Boulevard stopping them. Just sparing John Wesley Dobbs block. When the fire reached Highland, it raced both east and west through many fine homes. Around 4 p.m. in the afternoon, firefighters had begun to stall the fire by using dynamite. That's not the first time I heard that. They did that in New York by using dynamite to destroy many homes along Pine Boulevard and finally Ponce de Leon. They did that, the Great Fire in New York City, man. They used dynamite. By nightfall, the fire crossed Ponce de Leon while reduced in were reduced. It headed north through the recently built-out neighborhood along St. Charles, Fedado Way, and Greenwood Avenue. It finally stopped at 10 p.m., more than 1 mile north of where it began. This thing burnt for 1 square mile, bro. In 11 hours, 22 million U.S. gallons of water were pumped to put out the fire. Additional fire trucks have been sent from 9 Georgia towns as far away as Macon and Augusta, as well as from Chattanooga and Knoxville in Tennessee. Almost 2,000 buildings were destroyed, over 300 acres spanning 73 city blocks, 73 blocks. Fire smoldered for the rest of the week. Since more than 85% of the buildings were destroyed had wood shingles, the city quickly passed an ordinance banning them for new construction. By 1931, all older buildings had been replaced the wood shingles. All buildings had been replaced. What? All older buildings replaced the wood had replaced the wood shingles. In the history of the city, only Sherman's fire of 1864 did more extensive damage. Rebuilding was sporadic, with large swaths kept open for years. Commercial strips were quickly built on destroyed portions of Edgewood and Auburn, where the busy streetcar routes ran, 17 and 3 respectively, where the largest estates with spacious front yards had been along the entire stretch of boulevard up to Ponce. Dozens of 2- and 3-story apartment buildings that hugged the sidewalk were built. Large open spaces were left, which now King Memorial and Bedford Pine Park, now named Central Park. Wow. Amazing. That was a big one, man. Let's see. We got another one. Yep. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, man. You know what time it is. It's video time. And where are we going first, man? This is the Detroit job. Detroit doing it. They get some work there, man. We're going to actually have the guy who wrote that documentary, Burn. He's coming on soon. Let's go to this. Detroit fire, engine 42 stretched on 3 dwellings. Ladder 17 was set up for tower ops. More information and videos coming soon. Please subscribe. This is from Josh Fire. Oh, I gotta take this one off again. How many times can I possibly do this? All right, so maybe we didn't do so good there. I would say that large amount of fire upon arrival, small house equals we didn't do so good. All right, so the next one here. Hey, Kubes, for the next cup of Joe and some Fuego. Here's a video from Kansas City, a car fire in a garage of a vacant dwelling. Listen for the hilarious exchange between the truckie and the nozzleman. I heard it, man. Before I read this, I actually heard it. Video from Robbie Dill. This comes from my boy Landis Robinson, QC Beast. Listen for the between the engine and truck, man. See if you pick it up. It's funny. Dude, that's the best. That is the best. Did you pick that up? Benjamin and Truckee. Truckee turns around. Dude, you hit me with that line again. I'm going to fuck you up. Love it. All right, where we going last? Come on, you know where we're going, bro. FDNY. Why? Because we're the greatest in the world. FDNY battles a fast-moving second alarm fire on Chevy Chase Street in Hollinswood, Queens. This is from the Majestrium. He does some good work. Actually, this is the neighborhood where President Trump grew up, Chevy Chase Street. That's like, I'm going to say Jamaica Estates, Hollinswood over there. Check this out, man. This one, a lot of fire. Guys did a good job knocking it down in the attic, no less. Yeah, man. I can bet you it's hot as a mofo in that attic. They did a great job, man, getting in there. So leave some comments. What do you think about that? The stick being up that long, close to the window. Anyway, that we got to bring back the fire chicken, bro. That one, that was definitely gets 3 clucks for that one, bro. A lot of fire in that attic, as you can see, was on the first floor as well, second floor, and the attic. Guys did a fantastic job knocking that down. All right, guys, that is all we got. Please send in your stuff to KUBESPODCAST@gmail.com. Pictures, whatever you want to send, fires, videos, stills, father, daughter, father, son, your kitchen table. Send it all. Let's get the company pride. Let's get this thing growing again. I keep getting tired of saying the same thing. Do it. Like, subscribe, share. Comment in there, too. Comment on what you think of all these fires that you see there. Anything that you've seen there. Comment in there, comment in there, comment in there. It helps with the algorithm, helps us push this thing out further. All right, guys, that's all I got tonight. Until next week, tonight we have, I know I'm doing this late. Usually I do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. Tonight we got Battalion Chief Danny Sheridan. He was in 17 Truck, busy company in the Bronx. Tune in for him tonight. We'll see you guys later on. Me, Ruffy, and Gonzo will be back. Until then, guys, stay low and go. Love you guys. Be safe. God bless.